You ready?
I'm ready. Yep, the boys got ink. One of the things I love the absolute most about my job is I get to meet like-minded individuals all over the world and engage with them in passionate discussions about urbanism, urban design, planning, development, all things to do with cities. One of the questions I have been hearing more and more, however, over the past couple of years is quite simply, hey, can I see the tattoo? I have been seen in various stages of undress in very odd locations in cities all over the planet showing people the damn tattoo. Now, the story of the tattoo goes back a few years. I decided to get some new ink, and I found this really cool urban planning map of Paris from 1910, from before the automobile, when that showed up and ruined everything for everyone else. So I went down to my local tattoo parlor here in Copenhagen and I said, let's do this. So I got this big map of Paris, not all of Paris, just the neighborhoods that mean something to me personally, my personal map of Paris, all the way around the shoulder to the front. You can see how the River Seine works, beautifully with the form of my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I wasn't even drunk. My friends do joke that it was my midlife crisis, but you know what? This beats buying a sports car any day of the week, and a sports car, to be honest, would be completely off-brand for me. Am I right? Wearing it around for a while, and I'm thinking, you know what? I really like this more and more. So a year later, my favorite street in Montreal right here, added it to Paris, and I thought, let's make this a thing. Every year I'll go down and get a new neighborhood or street from a city that means something to me added to my own unique, personal, urban tattoo map. But then along came the TV series, The Life-Sized City. And it was early in the development process where I was talking to my friend and producer. I said, dude, what about if I don't know, just get a map of a neighborhood or a street in one of the cities we're filming in that means something to me, that touches me, added to the map, and we can film it as part of the series. And he went, yeah, awesome, great idea, let's do that. So that happened, and it is still happening. After 3 seasons of The Life-Sized City, man, it is really just all over the map. Pun intended. You see what I did there? Yeah. It is a work in progress. I still have to fill out some of the empty spaces there. We're going to be filming more episodes as well. And then when we're all done at the end of the day, I'm going to get it sort of polished, as it were, filled in and made into the work of art that I have envisioned for many years. If you haven't seen this series, it's what we film at the very end of each episode. It's one of the last things we see before the credits roll. And usually I offer commentary about why I chose this or that neighborhood in that city to add to my map. So this episode today really is by popular demand. I've had so many people ask me about that tattoo. They want to see it. They want to hear the stories about it. So that's what I got for you today. All the ink from the first 3 seasons of The Life-Sized City. Hit it. In making this series, the ideal was always that if a neighborhood or a street really felt life-sized, a place that really touched me in my heart, it could become an extension of the urban map that I started designing a few years ago. So, here we go. This is Comuna 8. You can see I have some Paris, Montreal, and then I want to put it up here. So it looks like the city is connected. So you can ride your bike from Paris to Medellin.
Perfect.
It's nuts.
Espérame un momentico, te saco el stencil y comenzamos. ¿Me entiendes?
Hola.
¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, ¿y tú?
It's really important that we understand each other when you're doing this. Is that the green finished?
Yeah.
And now after the green?
C8.
C8, Comuna 8. Medellin under my skin. Hey, man.
Guys, how you doing?
Good.
For the appointment?
Yeah, that's me. So I want to add a little piece of Bangkok sort of into that section there, right?
Okay.
So this is a map of Pamukkale, which is right next to the palace and the temple and the old walls of Bangkok. Awesome urban experience. So I'm thinking of just getting this little section of the old town there. I was thinking also of putting like a Pamukkale in Thai.
Right.
It's like this amazing historic neighborhood, and the government's just going to bulldoze it and make a park. You don't rip down neighborhoods like that, you know, you keep them. So let's record some history.
Perfect.
Bulldozing buildings and slapping up condos and shopping malls and new motorways is not the way forward. The neighborhood of Pamukkale is preserved in some form. Let's hope that it's still there the next time I come to Bangkok. If not, symbolic gesture. Can't ignore your history. How you doing? Good. Michael? I got a little bit of ink that I hope you can help me with. This old map of Jaffa from, I think, the 1920s. Cool. I have like a tattoo with different cities, sort of making my own urban map. This is a section of it that I drew myself here. So you can like walk from Medellin and
to Jaffa,
through Jaffa
and back to Paris.
Yeah, back to Paris and go for a coffee in Montreal. What I wanted as like a logo, as in the middle of the town, a graphic detail. It'll be like the Arabic for Jaffa. I don't know what you would choose in Tel Aviv or Jaffa. In the urban context, Tel Aviv is the new kid on the block, a little over a century old, a bit of a rowdy teenager. Jaffa, on the other hand, older brother, perhaps, more experienced, storied streets. So I'm going with Jaffa. But both of these cities, despite the challenges, complement one another. They feed off one another. And that has to continue. Standing here waiting for a man to take me to his deep tattoo parlor. Hey.
Then we're gonna go my place.
Yeah. Tattoos, there's a bit of a stigma attached to them here in Japan. They're associated with the Japanese mafia, the Yakuza.
Make a turn right.
We gotta go quick, he says. All right.
Okay, just a moment.
Wait.
All right. Coming. Okay, you guys use the slipper.
Are these slippers?
Yeah.
Out of all the amazing things I've experienced in this week in Tokyo, I've decided that the Mokomitsu, the neighborhoods that were hastily erected after the Second World War, that's what I'm gonna get tattooed here. I realized that the Tokyo that captured my imagination, that thrilled me and fascinated me for so many years, is a fabricated reality. I realized that the stage of the urban theater is not to be found in a place like Shibuya with all the glam and the neon, as crazy as that is. Daily life is played out in the vast, intricate labyrinths of the neighborhoods. I've realized that Tokyo is an epic and incredibly fragile artistic masterpiece. We can stand back and regard it and be in awe of it, but it's really only when you move closer and study the details and see the millions and millions of tiny brushstrokes that make up the work that you understand why and how this is an amazing life-size city. All of that's the city that I want to live in.
So I'd rather put it like that.
Yeah.
And then we just fit the number in. Just take a few houses out.
After meeting amazing, inspiring people, I decided to get PJS, Section P, Joe Slovo, added to my urban map. I just think that the community and the struggles that they experience every day is symbolic for me of the city as a whole. Wow, that's cool. Fits in perfectly with Medellin, Comuna Ocho, and Paris. PJS now has a riverfront. This is a part of this community. Mexico City's so big, and here they have a small place, and they built it themselves. So do you think it would work there?
Sí,
Yeah?
creo que sí.
It works?
Sí.
All right. Adding Yugalito to my urban map
was a no-brainer. This community rose on the rubble of an earthquake, and the people here represent the amazing resilience of every citizen of Mexico City. Finished? All right, cool. Neither of us have tattooed outdoors before or been tattooed. It's your first time too, right? And the community is just hanging out. They're coming back and forth and they're curious about us. They set off fireworks in our honor. They're giving us tortillas. It's been an amazing experience outside with all the kids and everything. And we realized we needed a mirror. And somebody said, oh, I'll run home and get a mirror. So thank you, Laura. I've got a mirror to look through. This is great. You want to hold it? This is the kind of place you want to take home with you in whatever way you can.
And we talked about doing it slightly bigger than this, slightly larger.
Yeah, in the middle,
see what
nice,
fit.
closer to the family.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Oh my God. This is the one I've been waiting for, the graphic CPH in my own neighborhood. Totally cool. Hi. How are you? Good. I kind of wanted another tattoo of Montreal, but then I thought, no, I already have it. I have like the authentic story. My favorite street, Saint-Viateur. This is where I first landed, as it were. This is where I meet my friends. This is where I stay. It means a lot to me. So I'm just going to bling it up a bit. Give it the snow that it has 5 months a year. Give it bike lanes, which it deserves, as does the rest of the city. You done? Oh, that is so cool. Informal settlements, like the Vishas here in Buenos Aires, really embody what cities are about for me. Building your own urban environment and working with your community out of necessity, with perseverance and protest. It's nothing short of inspiring. And that's reason enough to add this unique place to my map. The urban citizens of Buenos Aires have been raging against the machine for generations. A lesser population would have given up years ago. I've come to love the rebellious spirit of the porteños. They're unstoppable. They're tireless. And it's wild to be in a place where going out onto the streets and protesting is hardwired into the DNA of the people here. What I've learned from them is simple. Be proud, be rebellious, be a community, and persist. Above all, persist, no matter what. Choosing my ink for Barcelona was, to be honest, a no-brainer. Ildefons Cerdà and his vision for a functional and citizen-oriented urban landscape has always inspired me. His idea of the city as a hub of well-being still inspires urban planners around the world. And, clearly, the citizens of Barcelona themselves. Past meets present. I've always been fascinated by the vision of Ildefons Cerdà and his urbanization project, one of the greatest in history. But he also wanted to improve urban life. So it's a perfect addition to my urban map. And in the middle there, I can see the superblocks, one of the greatest modern projects to improve urban life here in Barcelona. But all they're really doing with the superblocks is taking the city back to Cerdà's original vision. I like to call it New Cerdaism. Perfect. Oh man, this is a tough one. In a city with such distinct neighborhoods and such diverse people, it was hard to decide what to add to my map. But here it is, the point where the Lafitte Greenway, a 4-kilometer biking and pedestrian trail and green corridor, meets Claiborne Boulevard in Tremé, home to a massive community revitalization plan. Past meets present in the hope of a better future. That looks so cool. Hey. Hey. You know, man? Porsche Beirut, a park that symbolizes both the scars of the past and a hope for a brighter, more united future. The large green patch is crucial to this city, in desperate need of more parks. But this triangle, right in the middle of three neighborhoods separated by religion, social class, and ideology, can also act as a bridge between these diverse communities. A space where people of all ages, all walks of life, can gather and mingle. In short, peace through public space. I don't think I've ever seen such a huge disconnect between the ruling authorities and the people anywhere in the world. The people here are just left to fend for themselves. But man, they are doing it. Fighting for and reclaiming urban space, taking upon their shoulders the burden of designing and implementing basic municipal services. And they do it all with a drive and an in-your-faceness that is amazing and admirable. And now you know what I need to do. If you've been following this series, you've probably already figured out what ink I'm going to get added to my urban map. It was only here in Taipei that I realized that I have a pattern. 8 out of my 13 map tattoos are neighborhoods or communities facing, in one way or another, an existential threat. Yugalito in Mexico City, fiercely autonomous and independent. Cape Town, Joe Slovo, fighting for respect. Medellin, the proud community of Comuna Ocho, independent and resilient. When we're done here today, the proud people of Shutse Island are going to be able to stand together, however symbolically, with urban citizens around the world. It's awesome.